out, this header does not update to log in / create an account when a session ends on redirect. So what happened was, it happened again where I had let my session expire, which right now it's at an hour. So between the last video and now, I went and did some chores. I came back and I went to make an edit on one of my features, and it kicked me back to here, and my header still said projects and profile. Okay, so what I did is I decided I'm going to work on the bug because it bothered me, and I am going to, basically I'm looking for expired, because that is the toast that I get, is your section has expired, please log in again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to kind of edit in here and reset the context when this happens. So I'm actually going to close out of all of these tabs because I want to make sure kind of I understand what's going on. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my auth guard, which is not in there. I think it's in my auth module. Yep, and see how it says expires 1 hour. I'm going to change this to expires 30 seconds. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and actually restart my server just to make sure it gets all updated. And then I'm going to go ahead and log in. I'm going to log in. Okay, so now I should have 30 seconds until it kicks me out. Okay, so what I want to do is just kind of click around for 30 seconds, and then it should kick me out the next time I click. Okay, so let's try to find first what would be the issue. All right, on close of modal, what's this one? Change name, edit description, change description. All right, so none of those must be in here. Update feature. Okay, so this is when we are updating a feature. Okay, so we see it. Do you see how projects and account details stays there until I refresh the page? Okay, so what I want to do is not refresh the page, but I want to go ahead and console log my user at this point. So it kicked me back to the login page. So I'm going to go to the login page, and I'm going to console.log user, and I'm going to say context dot logged in. So you can see that the user is logged in. It thinks the user's logged in, and then I refresh it and the user is logged out. Okay, so what we want to do then, if we think this makes sense, is we want to go through each one and we want to do context. Okay, so we don't have context in this yet, so we're going to do const context is equal to use outlet context. Do we have a context type? Yep, as context. Okay, then here we are going to say context dot toggle logged in, and just like that. All right, so then we can go ahead and go to the next one. All right, and we are going to take a look if we have context, and we don't. So let's go ahead and add it. So we're going to say const context is equal to use outlet context, and then we're going to say as context. And then we are going to head down here, and we are going to say context.toggle logged in, like that. And then we're going to keep going. So now we're here. Let's see if we have context already in here, and we do not, but we can add it. It probably would be, you know, a little bit better if I was testing this, but I don't really feel like trying to figure out which one of these is gonna fire and how to make it. So I'm going to be bad and just hope my solution works, but if my solution doesn't work, then it's going to be not great. Okay. We have another one here. Okay. And yeah, we're just gonna keep on adding these. And hope that we got it correct. All right. All right, so task, user story, project. Okay, let's keep going. Oops, that doesn't make sense. All right, let's go down here. All right, I'm getting tired of typing this all out, so I'm gonna cheat or be smart, whichever way you look at it, and add it through copy and paste. I don't even know if that's quicker though with having to do the imports. Now I'm kind of doing this over and over, so it does feel like since we're doing this over and over, we probably could be smarter in how we're doing it and add maybe a helper function that does this for us. So this would be a good example of something in a make it better portion of your project to go ahead and do. So then you only need to edit it once, but it's edited everywhere. I'm gonna make sure it works before I kind of do that. But maybe we will kind of do some modules on refactoring in the future. All right, and looks like there's another one. But we are getting close. Only 2 more. All right, and here. Doing the Control-Shift-F is very helpful for this, to find all of the places in your code. And you'll see that we're gonna do this again, especially when we deploy, because basically anytime we have an Axios request, we're gonna have to edit the Axios request in order to deploy our application. So we'll have to kind of edit all of these spaces yet again. But that's okay. All right, so now we are going to go back, okay, and refresh the page. All right, so let's log in. Log in. All right, so now we're on the right page, and we are going to kind of just relax for 30 seconds, maybe click around, take a look. This is a very long 30 seconds. Oh, there we go. And now you can see that it did work. It went back to login and to create an account. So the header not updating, we can go ahead and move to done. Okay. Next, we are going to take a look at this UI issue that we found in our last video, which is developer task name does not look centered vertically. Okay, so in order to do this, the first thing that we are going to do is, I'm going to close out of all of these. I'm going to go then reset my JWT expiration. And I'm actually going to change it to 24 hours to match my Coding with Callie website. Okay, so now that should be good. I'm going to restart my survey just to be sure. And now I should be able to log in, and I should be able to stay logged in for an entire day. All right. So developer task name does not look centered vertically. So let's go find a developer task. I don't have any here. So we're going to say test task 1, create task. All right, we have it. And you're right, it does not look great. So let's go ahead, let's get out of the API and let's go find where we have our task box. Okay. And I want to find where we have our task name, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a border to it. All right, and yeah, I think the issue is just our line height is not going to be correct. So I'm going to say line height is equal to 32 pixels because that's how big the icon is. And you can see that that went ahead and fixed it. So I'm going to delete my border, and that looks a lot better. Let's add another task, test task 2, and that looks good to me. All right, well, that was a pretty easy bug to fix, and it looks like everything else is working. So I am going to move my UI issue over to done, and then we will move on to our next video, which will be testing the adding of the developer tasks, which we've actually kind of already clicked around in, but we're going to do kind of a larger test. All right, see you in the next one.